How to fix NVIDIA Smooth Motion game crash. Welcome back to Tenabalta. Today, we're diving deep into a persistent and frustrating issue for many PC gamers. Full-screen games failing to launch when NVIDIA Smooth Motion is enabled. NVIDIA Smooth Motion is a feature primarily designed to enhance video playback by intelligently interpolating frames, creating a smoother visual experience for media content. However, this frame generation and interpolation process, when inadvertently active during game launches, can conflict fundamentally with how modern game engines render graphics, especially in exclusive full-screen modes. These conflicts often manifest as immediate game crashes, black screens, or outright refusal to launch, as the display driver struggles to reconcile two different frame processing methodologies simultaneously. Our comprehensive guide will dissect the root causes and provide a structured approach to troubleshooting and resolving these compatibility challenges, ensuring your gaming sessions remain uninterrupted. Here are the deep technical solutions to resolve full-screen game launch issues with NVIDIA Smooth Motion. 1. Understanding NVIDIA Smooth Motion and gaming conflicts. NVIDIA Smooth Motion is engineered for video playback, interpolating frames to achieve a higher, smoother frame rate in media. This technology is fundamentally incompatible with the real-time, dynamic rendering processes of most game engines, where frame generation is handled by the game itself or specific gaming-oriented technologies, like NVIDIA DLSS frame generation. Activating both simultaneously in an exclusive full-screen environment often leads to display API conflicts and launch failures. 2. Verifying NVIDIA Smooth Motion activation. Begin by confirming that NVIDIA Smooth Motion is indeed active. Navigate to the NVIDIA Control Panel, typically found by right-clicking your desktop. Within the Control Panel, locate the Video Settings and specifically check the Adjust Video Image Settings or similar section where smooth motion options are presented, ensuring its current state. 3. Global disablement of NVIDIA Smooth Motion. The most direct troubleshooting step is to disable NVIDIA Smooth Motion system-wide. Access the NVIDIA Control Panel, go to the Video Settings, and uncheck or turn off the Smooth Motion option entirely. This ensures that no application attempts to use this feature, providing a clean slate for game launches. 4. Per application smooth motion configuration. If a global disable isn't desired, consider creating a specific application profile for problematic games. In the NVIDIA Control Panel's Manage 3D Settings, you can select individual game executables and customize their settings, ensuring smooth motion is explicitly disabled for that particular title while remaining active for others. 5. Update NVIDIA graphics drivers to the latest version. Outdated or corrupted graphics drivers are a common culprit for display-related issues. Always ensure you are running the latest stable NVIDIA game-ready drivers, downloadable from the official NVIDIA website, as they contain critical bug fixes and performance optimizations for new titles and system compatibility. 6. Perform a clean installation of graphics drivers. For persistent driver issues, a clean driver installation using Display Driver Uninstaller is highly recommended. The completely removes all traces of previous driver installations, preventing conflicts and ensuring a fresh, stable driver environment, which can resolve deep-seated display anomalies. 7. Adjust in-game display mode to borderless full screen. While not a fix for exclusive full screen, switching the game's display mode to borderless full screen can often bypass these issues. This mode operates as a maximized window without borders, leveraging the desktop compositor, which is typically more compatible with background processes like smooth motion, even if unintended. 8. Confirm in-game resolution and refresh rate settings. Mismatched resolution or refresh rate settings between your game and your desktop or monitor can trigger launch failures. Ensure the in-game display settings are compatible with your monitor's capabilities, and ideally, match your desktop's native resolution and refresh rate to avoid conflicts. 9. Disable in-game and system overlays. Various overlays from applications like NVIDIA GeForce Experience, Steam, Discord, or the Xbox Game Bar can interfere with game launches and display rendering. Temporarily disable all such overlays to isolate whether one is causing a conflict with Smooth Motion's interference. 10. Toggle Hardware-Accelerated GPU Scheduling, HAGS. Hardware-Accelerated GPU Scheduling, HAGS, is a Windows feature that can optimize GPU resource allocation. While beneficial, its interaction with specific driver versions and display features like Smooth Motion can sometimes create conflicts. Experiment with enabling or disabling HAGS in Windows graphics settings to see if it resolves the issue. 11. Verify game file integrity via launcher. Corrupted or missing game files can lead to launch failures regardless of display settings. Utilize the Verify Integrity of Game Files feature available in game launchers like Steam, Epic Games Launcher, or GOG Galaxy to scan for and repair any damaged game data. 12. Temporarily disable antivirus/firewall software. Security software can sometimes misidentify game executables or display processes as threats, preventing them from launching correctly. Temporarily disable your antivirus or firewall to check if it's interfering, and if it resolves the issue, add the game to its exclusion list. 13. Check Windows Event Viewer for specific errors. For diagnostic insights, examine the Windows Event Viewer for critical errors logged around the time of the game launch failure. Look under Windows Logs, then Application and System for entries related to display drivers, game executables, or API errors, e.g. code 0x887A0005. 14. Reset NVIDIA Control Panel settings to default. Custom settings within the NVIDIA Control Panel can sometimes inadvertently create conflicts. To eliminate this possibility, navigate to the Manage 3D Settings section and select the Restore Defaults option, reverting all settings to their factory configuration. 15. Disable G-Sync/FreeSync for problematic games. Variable refresh rate, VRR technologies like G-Sync or FreeSync, while enhancing gaming smoothness, can occasionally conflict with other display processing features like Smooth Motion. Temporarily disable G-Sync or FreeSync in the NVIDIA Control Panel or your monitor's OSD for the affected game. 16. Run game as administrator. Running the game executable with administrative privileges can sometimes bypass permission-related blocks that prevent launch. Locate the game's executable, right-click, select Properties, navigate to the Compatibility tab, and check Run this program as an administrator. 17. Check for conflicting background applications. Other software running in the background, especially those that hook into display APIs or perform real-time video processing, e.g., video capture software, streaming overlays, can conflict with game launches. Close all unnecessary background applications before attempting to launch the game. 18. Perform a system file checker, SFC scan. Corrupted Windows system files can lead to various issues, including problems with display drivers and application launches. Open Command Prompt as an administrator and run SFC/Scano to detect and repair any integrity violations within the Windows system. 19. Review power management settings for GPU. Ensure your GPU is set to prefer maximum performance in both the NVIDIA Control Panel under Manage 3D Settings, then Power Management Mode, and Windows Power Options for your active power plan. Inadequate power delivery or aggressive power saving can sometimes cause instability during demanding game launches. 20. Reconfigure monitor scaling settings, NVIDIA Control Panel. Incorrect display scaling settings can sometimes prevent exclusive full-screen applications from launching correctly. In the NVIDIA Control Panel, navigate to adjust desktop size and position and experiment with different scaling modes, e.g., full screen, aspect ratio, and ensure Perform Scaling On is set to GPU. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more in-depth technical guides and solutions.